The phone is on. It's just, it says connected, display off.
Oh. How do you
And I'm trying to figure out how to turn the display back on.
That seems entirely unhelpful. Why is it off? That's not...
Exactly. Why is it off?
Can you just touch it? Does that turn it back on? Is there like a virtual power button?
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Did Windows disable it randomly? Like, do you have to go in and then click extend to this monitor again?
I don't think so.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been too easy to be fair.
What's up, guys? Sorry. I'm gonna send you invites.
Wait.
Alrighty.
You should be able to join. I think Stan has joined earlier.
Yeah, Katie hadn't got blocked out, so she could just rejoin.
Now I'm joining. It's disappeared from my thing. I can probably exit TaleSpire.
Right, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna restart everything. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart my PC, but I'll be back otherwise. One sec.
Alright, mate. Oh yeah, it's back in my list now. Go! Tests work. Dice rolls aren't quite coming through yet, mate.
Hold on. Should be coming through now.
Right, let me test.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Mines aren't coming through.
Huh. Me.
I
Oh
see.
yeah. No, mine are now. Yep, sweet.
How much health boost did I give you last session because I fucking didn't write it down?
You gave us...
Is it an extra 30?
40.
Remember correctly?
No, sorry. You gave us 50 extra HP overall.
I think that was you. I got...
No, that was everybody.
So that was the first statue and the second one, correct?
I wrote it down twice because the first statue gave me 30 temp HP, but then he gave us all 30 HP max.
He gave me 35 because of the coin I put down.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then the next one, I called out to Chiron, and he gave us another 20 HP max.
Okay, so I didn't add that on. I better add that in then. Very.
You're gonna need it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was threatening. We're not in combat or anything at the moment, are we? We can heal up and do various things.
I don't think Standish is in the initiative order. For some reason.
Joining back. Yes. Get me back in.
Nice.
Standish just walks over to you and quietly says, "This is just in case you need it," and he passes you a potion of speed, which is haste without concentration.
Add that to mine.
Okay.
Pyros. Standish just walks over. Sorry, I'll do this properly. Standish just walks over to you and quietly says, "This is just in case you need it for whatever we find ahead." And he gives you a potion of heroism, which once you drink it, you gain 10 temporary hit points that last for an hour. For that same duration, you're under the effect of Bless, which gives you plus D4 to any attack and saving throws.
Wow. Thank you, he says.
I can possibly send. Not entirely sure.
No, you can't. You just have to add it to your inventory.
Add item. Potion of heroism.
It's a blue one.
Add to backpack. Thank you. I will take it.
You still have 5 cures for frigid world.
All right. Do we need a recap from last session, or?
You can hit the recap if you want, mate.
Very well. You did it back and forth in the main hallways. Decided you needed to backtrack. You decided to backtrack back to the same statue for some reason. Chiron. Conversed with Chiron for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Somehow. Some RNG played in part. So Chiron could actually hear you. And he directed you to another statue, like the one that you were talking to. Or you weren't talking to the statue, you were talking to the entity.
Yeah.
Which was south. And then you guys backtracked again. And kind of like whoop-de-doo... went on to the through the southern hallways, passing the mage's quarters and kind of like the armory, and then came to an T-shaped intersection, which is there's the double door, and there are two of these cultists. Still the ones that Standish encountered earlier. They were just kind of like talking to each other, trying to get through the rubble. And then I can't remember why you guys didn't try to go through the door in front of me, but you decided to look for the statue, I'm assuming, so you were going south.
Yeah.
Managed to get over the chasm. Apparently there's an invisible sort of like floaty-ish blocks that you managed to traverse. Johnson kind of like Misty stepped over at the start, and then used his perception to see this statue, and you managed to see the statue, and then you made your way across the second chasm and conversed with the statue. And, what resulted in that was a fight with basically just not apparitions but constructs, right?
Demon Valkor and
of people, you know, essentially. And you proceeded to the further across the bridge, and Kairos rolled a really good, like a nat 20 strength check, and he forced the door open.
Yeah. Nice.
The gate's open, rather. Here we are.
Wait, I just thought of something. You know, back at the start when there was that light and that bit of the bridge that was missing. Was there floaty things there as well that we missed?
Just you didn't think about that.
Yeah. Curses.
So I just want to test my roll real quick. Just do a d20.
What? Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Don't waste your RNG on useless rolls.
Yeah. No, I'm also testing to get this new monitor, or this second monitor on my phone. So I've got that working now.
Oh, you're doing rolls on your phone, yeah?
Not necessarily, it's just I'm using my phone as a second monitor, and now I can sort of just hop between in and out now. It's really good actually, rather than alt tabbing.
Okay, I just deleted some slabs from the top just so you guys see like what's actually in the room, because there's like it's a closed off fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, if you just press N, you can also just get a cutout and you can see inside as well.
Wait, hold on. You know what? You're right. I'm just gonna. There we go.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, so Standish is just going to walk into here. Can I do a quick perception check around? Have a look to the left.
It's a 10.
Hey.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I haven't done anything.
Let's press it. N for northern.
N.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right, so you should get put out for you when you go. Press it. I don't know why yours isn't working. His one doesn't mind.
Oh, it might be, you know, the green like square.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you might need to lift that up, otherwise you can't see.
Yeah.
I've dragged it up to the top.
No, it's I don't know why Katie's is bugging.
Oh, weird. Even if you like right click on the floor, so that you're sort of level with the thing.
Yep, no, bug.
Weird. Okay. It don't want to work then.
Well, what you could do is just drag the green one down, and you'll see kind of like gets rid of walls.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, if Standish looks over towards the left, so every time I move it says. There we go.
I'll get rid of the fucking walls then.
She sorted it
I
now.
pointed out, stop being such a twat. It does have a padlock there for a reason. Yeah, so perception check, I guess, and just checking out what's in this room and what's over to the left here through this, I guess, alcove, archway.
Absence of basically nothing. Void.
So there is nothing there, nothing to be seen.
You can see through it. Wait, did you roll perception?
Not yet. Come on, baby. Dirty 20.
Hey.
So I found myself.
Yeah, you kind of like look around, you see kind of like, basically you're in a halt, just an intersection. Weirdly enough, on your perception, you can't see anything through the kind of like the doorways. You're kind of looking at the one on the left, one on the right, and it just looks pitch black. And it doesn't like lead forward, you know. As much as you kind of like squint your eyes and you kind of like look around, it's just pitch blackness. Even with your dark vision, you're like, that's weird.
Yeah. I mean, this is peculiar. I'm not used to seeing nothing.
What's going on, Standish?
Not much, really, I suppose, but I can't see anything.
You kind of look at the you can kind of see like the stone structure that you're in. You kind of like looking around on the intersection, and you're kind of looking at the doorways, and they are weirdly or basically they don't align with the architecture that you're standing on. They have like strange markings on them. And
the doors have been, I don't know, put in here by a different civilization or different people that they don't fit. I mean, what's the purpose of this tower anyway? Why does it just end?
I don't know. My first time here as well, oh boy.
I mean, that was more a, rhetorical outburst.
Okay.
Expectation.
Could it be that there's some sort of, I don't know, trial or tribulation or something? I don't know.
You still have your rope with you. Can you cast it out of one of these alcoves?
No, I left it back there. It was to show you guys the way over the floor. You know, the gap. I don't think you saw it, if I remember rightly.
No.
Or at least Kairos didn't see it.
No.
I'll have to find something else to throw then.
Perhaps we should check it out, Johnson. Kairos would say. I mean, they're just standing there, sort of letting Standish sort of deal with it on their own.
Yeah.
So I feel like it might be useful for them to get inside.
Well, Standish says, here, try with one of these. And with his equipment bag, he takes a javelin. And it's like, there. I mean, you can just sort of hold it over and tap, I suppose, at the darkness. And if there's anything...
Well, I'll get up with it then.
Don't you want to try as well? I've got more than one javelin.
I mean, go ahead. Do you think?
Fine, I'll do it. Using a javelin, Standish will go and, I suppose, tap at this bit over here. And just, he's tapping around in, that sort of area. See if he can feel anything obstructy, rock-like, invisible.
But do you walk through the door, do you? Is that what you do?
I mean, you'd have to get to the edge.
Well, because when you don't see anything past the door. Like...
No, what you see is what you see, basically. It's kind of like, it's kind of like it just doesn't extend, like...
There's ants.
It's just like abruptly, it's just like cut off with a knife, basically.
Coming in.
Yeah. So okay. What about that javelin? So roll me a.
It's probably dexterity based, isn't it? Or it's strength. Can we say it's strength?
I mean, if you're using strength to kind of like swing around the javelin in the void, then yeah, roll me athletics.
I think I'd be doing that. 29.
Yeah, you're just swinging it around.
And tapping around in that area specifically.
Well, you're swinging it violently at the void, so...
Yeah, with that score.
Okay, swinging it violently at the void, do I hit anything?
No. You don't feel anything. You feel pretty strong, but you don't feel anything other than that.
Okay. Well, I mean, possibly wasted. No, good job I didn't actually fall forward there. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything, at least in that reachable area.
Okay, well, I guess Kid Johnson go upstairs.
Can you Misty step up there? I don't know, there's a set of stairs, aren't there?
Yeah, can Johnson get up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I guess Johnson's just gonna go to the top of the tower, I guess.
Misty, step away. On your passive perception, you notice that the whole platform is floating.
I think I'm going to use a jump spell. It lets me triple creature's jump distance until the spell ends. Can Johnson make that jump?
Like what? Where are you jumping?
To those stairs.
What was it? 10 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what?
Cool.
You were like,
Yeah.
what, 4'4" or something? 3'8"?
Oh, no, like three and a bit feet.
Let's say you fucking managed to grab onto the ledge, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's going to pull himself up. I don't know how I actually get up. Alt, isn't it? No, control? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's going to get up on those stairs there. I think he's just probably trying to, yeah, then he'll move forward and do the same thing to just get up onto the top.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah, I got it right.
Johnson, do you see anything up there? Kairos will call out.
And
Johnson-
as you call out, it just your voice kind of echoes into the void and into the kind of like greater cavern.
His booming voice.
Yeah, can Johnson look about, see if he can see anything?
Yeah, you definitely
Like-
see kind of like you see the statue in front of you, like at the end there you can see like the greater cavern, and you can vaguely see, we have dark vision, right? What is it, 60 feet?
For Johnson, 50.
Yeah. Well, then you can just see like vague. You can see like the little crystals that are not crystals, but little purple lights by the statue.
Yeah.
The statues, you can't see the statue anymore. It's not lit up anymore, but you see like kind of like the emerging kind of lights, dimly lit walkway there, and anything past that you cannot see.
Okay. Does he see, as he turns around, does he see anything off this way?
Nothing.
all.
It's just fucking blackness.
I think Johnson is probably going to try and like, maybe just ask for guidance from Chiron. Just like, yeah, try and commune with that fucking entity that's here again.
Okay, roll intelligence and history, please.
Sure. That's a dirty 20 intelligence. And a 22 history.
Yeah. So you kind of, from your past experiences and your cunning deduction skills, you think like probably Chiron, you won't be able to converse with him unless you find one of those statues.
Oh, okay.
Or at least that's your first thought. Or rather your second thought. Your first thought was to call out to Chiron.
Yeah, because before Johnson spoke with him without a statue before. When we were back over in the middle in front of the door where the priests and that were.
Yeah, I think you rolled something for that.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm happy to roll something to try and reach out to it. I think he's just at that point where he's...
I think just roll Arcana, I suppose.
Yeah. I think Johnson's thought process is like, well, this stuff was here and I didn't know how it worked before, and this whatever spirit thing seems to be somewhat like benevolent and or want help. So, yeah, I think he would just try and be like, 23. Arcana.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. You reach out to Chiron. What do you want to ask him? Or at least you think you do. Yeah. You feel very strongly that you can reach out to him.
Yeah, I think Johnson's just going to reach out and be like, Chiron, guide us to like where we can help you, or like guide us to where we can assist or whatever. Because he's led us this far. I think it's Johnson's thinking. So he's just trying to get some other direction or like information as to where, or even if they're going in the right direction.
Sorry, guys. I had a phone call.
Do you need me to say that again?
No. I got it. You don't get like a direct response from Chiron, but you get a strong sense of kind of like attraction downstairs.
Okay.
It's kind of in the form of temperature change.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's kind of like you felt fairly comfortable, or rather, you feel more comfortable, or you more this place right here where you are right now, kind of on top of the structure, feels more relatable and similar to the bridge you were just on, and kind of like previous areas, but the area that Standish was in below and where you also entered felt a bit different, colder, kind of you can't really put your finger on it, but yeah, it felt different. And once you got up to the top here, all of a sudden, it's kind of like even I would say hindsight. Maybe it's from Chiron, maybe not, but it's basically you feel like someone or something pointed this out to you.
Okay, so it's like Johnson's being like given the idea that moving towards this colder temperature could lead him towards something, maybe.
Yeah. So like the idea is being either planted into your head or kind of like brought to your attention.
Yeah. So I think Johnson with that is going to hop back down, like hop onto the stairs, drop back down.
Roll dex.
Sure thing. Acrobatics.
Yeah.
That's a 27.
27, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should hop back down.
Yeah, and I think Johnson's just going to quietly say, "Well, chaps, something. I mean, I reached out to Chiron, but at this point, I'm not sure whether that spirit is being taken over by the fucking people that have taken over this place or not. But it's trying to get me to move towards this sort of cold feeling. It's like, I don't know whether you guys noticed, but it kind of feels different in here than it did everywhere else. And when I went up on top of here, it didn't feel the same. So, I guess proceed with caution in case maybe it's a trap, or they're trying to weed us out with magical trickery. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay. Kairos?
Yeah.
Paris will walk into the center of the room, I guess. What does he see right in front of him? It looks like a block of ice. It looks like to him, or to me at least.
it's kind of like transparent mirrored glass.
He puts his hand up to the transparent mirror glass. What happens? Does he see his own reflection?
When you shine a light on it, it basically just completely illuminates the entire thing. You don't really see a reflection entirely. Everything just kind of like blurs out when you put the torch next to it. So you can't really see through it. But you can see it's kind of like it looks like kind of like a doorway, like the other doorways, but this one is kind of like halfway. It's kind of like covered with kind of like a transparent, almost looks like glass. But you can't really tell what material it is. If you want to roll history, that's fine.
Yeah, let's try. We might as well. Whoa, not 20.
No.
Yeah, you've seen this material before. It's basically you've seen how it's made. It's made by dwarves, most likely. So it's a dwarven manufacturing item, and you've seen this in one of their mines on one of your journeys. And what it is, it's basically they are pouring in a mixture of chemicals and natural minerals into kind of these rock and stone molds, right? And what surprises you, or what always surprised you about this, is that they are very almost carved with surgical precision. Now,
does it look carved with precision? This particular one?
it has a bit of a weathered look, but it looks very, very precise. Now, what surprises you is that this it looks like it's basically like there are like 4 of these blocks kind of like stacked on top of each other, right?
Yeah.
And what you know from your knowledge of history is that these have been used for like kind of like filling up broken or basically where there's like structural integrity in a structure. This material, which you don't know the name of because you've never inquired about it, but you do know of it. You know of its reputation is that it's very, very strong, and it is used basically to kind of like as a supporting material for places with like structural integrities, when preserve things or basically as a support or as a
Is it for when things are breaking down?
If things are breaking down, you can basically use it as a kind of like a repair element.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there any cracks? I noticed you said it was weathered.
It's weathered as in like people have like touched it, scratched it, or something has brushed upon it. It's dusty and kind of it's just a weathered look. It's not cracked. You don't see any structural integrity. Now, you do know that these blocks are being kind of can be molded in to spaces using some form of trickery. You don't know if it's magic or not. Some form of trickery. You don't know like how the actual science behind that works, or if it is science. But these blocks can be kind of like used to fill in space, essentially, right? So there's a space, you want to close it off, you can use these blocks, and they're very, very strong and dense, so they're heavy as well.
I think Kairos will whisper to his sword, sort of disable the light emanating from it.
I forgot your sword was the torch.
Yeah, that's the light source.
Yeah, it's complete blackness now. It's pitch black. You can't see shit.
I'll turn it back on then.
Does Kairos share any of that information with us?
Yeah, I think Kairos he'll have a monologue about it, sort of just how Beard was sort of explaining it.
Well, it's basically Kairos just like looking at it, and he's narrating what he's thinking. Basically, he's just kind of like, well, this looks like something I've seen before, and yada yada yada. And this...
So as you're narrating that, Johnson sort of picks up on something you say when you're like it looks weathered where people have moved past it and stuff. Johnson goes, "Mate, what? People have moved past it? Does it look like people have moved past that?"
Yeah, he'll work on that inquiry, sort of inspect it again.
Well, it doesn't look like people have moved past the doorway. It's just that it's a weathered look that people have brushed upon it. Or certain materials are brushed alongside it, or there are scratches, sort of like markings. Nothing specific. It's just like a weathered look, and it's dusty, and it's not as you'd think. What glass looks like. This looks like a glass material, or glass-like material, but it's not as transparent as a glass cube would be, right? Or a glass kind of like a cubic shape object would be. It's just a weathered look. It's nothing that arises suspicion.
Can I inspect the room, sort of like have a feel, or like look on the ground?
Yeah, roll perception.
When I find it.
Well, what exactly are you looking at? Like, what are you looking for?
I'm just looking for, like, if there's any signs of life, really.
Oh.
Like, has this place been frequented through, or is it sort of like it's been a long while since people have gone through this sort of place?
It's been a fucking while, yeah. It's well, all right. Well, let me just roll for.
Or has it recently been gone through?
Let me counter that roll of yours. Let's see. Well, sorry. Yeah, you're. No idea. Yeah, it's just we just kind of look around. Huh. Weird place. That nat 20 came through to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, give me a second, Stanish. Sorry.
I think Johnson sees you, Kairos, sort of looking around the place and goes, "Hey, looking for anything in particular, Kairos?"
Trying to see what the most recent activity was here, I suppose.
See if we're not the first ones here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like the thinking.
He kisses his lips. He's not quite able to discern that, unfortunately. I can't quite say.
Alright, Stanish.
It's a real shame you're nat 20 beat Kairos.
I mean,
That's a shame.
Oh, it didn't. There was a perception roll with 12.
I'll resist you check. So, yeah, I guess Stanish is going to be like, okay, fellows, so what's the plan then?
Well, Kairos was having a look around to see if there's been anyone here before us recently. Well, if we're the first people here in a long time. I don't think it's a bad idea.
yeah, Kara's like, "Buh," and just kind of like he's standing blankly like around. He just kind of like turns around, and just kind of looks around.
He's staring into empty space, basically. He's like,
he doesn't have dark vision. He just can barely see past his fucking sword. So he's kind of like,
Okay,
like squinting at the corners. It's like, yeah.
working on that information, Standish is going to try and have a look and see if there is evidence of
Well,
people.
nah.
Damn.
So let me tell you guys how I do the rolls for you, just so you understand that it's fair when I'm rolling. So if you're rolling if the max that you can roll is a 20, then I'm gonna counter roll a d20. If your max is like over d20, right, or over 20, then I'm gonna roll a d20 plus d10.
So it makes no sense for us to level up any skills past anything we'd roll a 20 over then, because we get way better odds. That might be problematic, bro. Like, if that's the case, we'd be better off not having any skills that had bonuses that could add up on top of the 20.
Yeah.
Because then, so a nat 20 means that something that isn't very possible can happen, and then from there onwards, like a 30 is like something that's almost impossible, and a 40 is like actually an impossible feat. So like, yeah, at that point we'd be rolling into between the, nearly impossible and is possible, but takes an awful lot of skill.
No, well, look at it this way, right? So the way I looked at it, right? So this is just a discussion, right? We don't have to argue
all I
about
was
it.
reading was
So
really,
what I'm saying is okay, so the way I looked at it, right? So if we have if I keep rolling d20, right, versus a plus 18 rolls, right? What are the odds that they're going to succeed every time?
The odds that it fails are very low, and that's the point, because that person's exceedingly skilled at that skill. Like, having a plus 18 is basically like that, if that was something, for instance, that people had on the end of it, but that would mean that person is like exceedingly skilled at that thing, can therefore do things that you wouldn't be expected for normal people or other people to be able to do.
Like a master of the craft sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're dealing with someone who's very, very, very good at something and can do something that most people wouldn't think was possible.
Okay.
So
so
to some extent, the rolls have to be beatable as well.
I know. But would you say that, let's say if your max, so let's say if you roll a, let's just, for example, you roll perception, right, and you have let's say plus 15, right? Or
John has a plus 11.
All right. Okay, so plus 11. So you think that the odds, you have a plus 11, so if you roll a 20, then it's going to be like a 31. That's the absolute maximum that you can get, right? So 20 is a huge roll, obviously. But if you get a 10, then you're going to get a 21.
Yeah, which is 1 point more than what on a plain dice roll would be a nat 20. So that's like
right.
1 point above something that isn't really possible for a lot of people to do, but can be done with a lot of skill.
Right, but you can, if I'm countering with a like a d20 a plus a 10, then it's a 30, and it's also RNG. So I can get between the 30. On that spectrum, I can get a 5, or I can get a 10 or a 12 as well, right? So...
Yeah, but so all that, from just my perspective, that just makes it feel a little bit like it stacks the odds in the DM's favour, rather than the point in it being towards the player at that point is so the player can do something that they're trying to do. So on an 11 perception added to a roll, if it was a 21 I had to score, for instance, 9 and under or 10 and under. So yeah, 9 and under wouldn't get me there. Which means that there isn't a huge amount of chance when I roll a d20 of failing, which is kind of the way it's supposed to be if someone's really perceptive. Okay. For instance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I get it. All right. Well, we'll settle on d20 rolls from now on.
Yeah. It just feels a bit like that. Adding another d10 in makes it really difficult to do something to people who are actually quite skilled at doing that thing already,
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna do a roll again, I suppose.
I mean, just to pip in, just to get in my point. I think, like, let's say I try to do something and then someone else tries to help. You could always just make it a group roll at the end rather than basing it on just one person, I guess, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then if there's like 3 people trying to do something, like it makes sense to stack other dice on that.
Yeah.
You know, because the group roll potential is much higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because I think it's like where now that I've mentioned it, it's sort of like Standish is like, let's help Kairos, who's already done his role, and it wasn't a particularly good role. So you could, I think it would make sense stacking it in that case, like a difficulty modifier in a sense.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
that's just my thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that either. It's not a bad idea.
Well, but would that be if we added our perception totals together? It would then against that.
So
Yeah.
the way that would work, for instance, I think what Kairos is saying is that, so you've got a 12 there, it's fine. You've got a 12 and a 22, so your combined perception at that point is 34, yeah? So then you would have the d20 that the DM's going to roll against Kairos's, you'd have the d20 that's going to be rolled against yours,
Right.
and then whatever those 2 d20s add up to, if they don't add up to 34 or more, then you guys would find out whatever it is you were trying to find for.
You
If they
succeed or fail
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, the question is like, at which point do you actually do a combined roll? Do you do a combined roll when players decide that they want to combine the roll, and then I stack it, and then if they don't,
Well, I
I
think
don't stack it, and I just do a single roll?
Well, I think that comes to situations like this where I think you need to decide if we're working together or not, even if like the players aren't like, because there's certain types of like there's going to be a certain like element of metagaming to that, man, where like we are working together even if we haven't necessarily RP'd it that well, and that can stack it too much in our direction. So I think it's only fair that means that
Yeah, I think it might
you
be
get
a
to
bit
kind
of
of call that,
discretion.
you know.
I think
Yeah.
when we are conscious of it, there are times that we will be able to say we're doing this as a group.
Yeah, but I think
So it's not going to be every time. It's just there's going to be times when you'll see what we're doing and go, you're doing that as a group, whether you like it or not.
yeah, because that is what we're doing, you know.
Yeah, and you could even ask us, it's like, are you gonna be doing this with a group, or are you just doing it purely by yourself, sort of like trying to get ahead, in your own way, I guess.
Have you noticed what your fellow players are doing, and that's caused you to do this, or are you just doing something of your own volition and looking at something else? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
All right. I'm gonna re-roll it then. I mean, I don't have to re-roll it. You'll re-roll 22, so there's no point. So.
Well, yeah, if you re-roll the d20, and like we were saying, if it is a combined check, so you've got the 12 of Kairos and the 22, and it's the 34. So if you roll like a 14 on your check, that would mean that they don't find whatever it is, right? Because you'd have rolled 34 as well.
Still be adding the d10.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because he's rolled one d20 for Kairos, so if he rolls a d20 for you,
Yeah.
then whatever his combined of those two are, he can combine it against your two combined,
Yeah.
and then you get a fair idea of it, right?
Yeah.
Rather than Standish just being able to find out something that, you know, on his own. Yeah, makes sense.
Harris is the one holding the line.
What is it? 34? Yeah.
Yeah, they're combined
34 to
rolls
beat.
with 4, yeah.
Well,
And it's
it
28.
doesn't beat it. No.
No.
All right. Well, Karos is oblivious, and well, this looks around. Yeah, Standish comes back in from the door. He's been swinging that thing in there in the void for some time. He's just like, all right, nothing there, guys. Kind of look around. So you guys kind of like looking at whether like people have been here recently, right? So the whole place kind of has like a bit of a weathered look, and by that I mean just cobwebs, dust everywhere, basically, right? Weirdly enough, like, this place doesn't have a lot of wind, right? Because on the bridge, you kind of noticed that there were like a bit of a, it wasn't a headwind, it wasn't like a wind passing by, but there was you know, a bit more air coming through, right? And this place, it feels like it's very kind of
Still.
well, the air is still, but the entire area is kind of feels like you're inside of like a small room, which doesn't make much sense because you're kind of like looking up. There are gaps in the walls. The ceiling is floating, or it looks like it's floating. You were just outside, where you were swinging your stick, right? There was kind of like a bit of a wind there. Then you come through the doorway, and it's absolutely still, and it's a bit more quiet, right? You don't see as many like dripping sounds from like the cavern above, and it's feels a bit like it doesn't feel cozy, but it feels like it shouldn't make sense because there's like 4 doorways here and no air is coming through, right? It feels like it would be a locked off room. And it's and the dust is settled, kind of like you don't see like dust on the floor, but you see kind of like on some of the boulders on the walls. There's a bunch of cobwebs like on the walls. You see some kind of each of the doorways like nothing new that what you didn't see before on the previous roll, but you can, you know, there are markings on the door, and yeah, I mean, again, what you kind of like, what?
Because what they were looking to see if they'd seen any signs of people being here previously.
Yeah,
that was what they were trying to see. Did they see any signs of that?
No. No, but Stanish, like, on that roll, like, still, like, notices, like, it just reinforces that image of yeah, like, the doorways don't really fit the architecture. It's just like an afterthought. That's it.
It's this sort of, I know you're going to say I'm hammering on a point that doesn't seem to make any sense, but these doors don't fit. And I'm not saying that from a fashion perspective. They aren't right. Something wrong has put them here.
I mean, from a like from a fashion perspective, would be like the most obvious description of like the doorways. They just don't fit in like visually, right? So you don't feel like necessarily like nothing, like no strong aura coming from them. They just don't fit.
But I think Stanley probably couldn't make out he wasn't that vain and that there was something behind it. But
so as you say that, Johnson kind of goes, so are these doors blocking us from seeing what's actually supposed to be on the other side then? Like, could they be some sort of construct to block this place off? Is that interesting?
I'm quite perplexed. I'm not sure. The fact that I at least thought, you know, I mean, these look like doorways that would go somewhere, and they don't. And even that has me, quite frankly, stumped. Was there anything up the stairs?
No, just open space.
And you couldn't see anything other than the building that we've come from?
No. But it makes me wonder if these doors are Well, you say they don't fit, right? I mean, I can see they don't look the same as everything else around them. It makes me wonder who put them here and why.
Do you have the detect magic?
No. Oh no, wait, I do have detect magic. Yes, I could try that, I guess.
See if there's anything not particularly about the doors themselves, but maybe
Yeah, okay, I'll see. I'll do something like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnson's gonna. I guess I'm the one that Kairos is next to. He's gonna walk up and just sort of see if he detects anything like magical about these doors.
Sure. So you cast detect magic, yeah?
Yeah, cast detect magic.
Yeah, all three of the doors kind of like you get a very strong sense of kind of magical aura. The magic itself currently is not strong. It's just the aura, right? It's kind of like you see like an outline, almost like arcane outline on each of the doors, and very similar in nature.
So Johnson, as he does that, I think he starts to piece the puzzle together a little bit, or at least thinks he does. And it's like, so these doors. Okay, I think I might have got it the wrong way round. Rather than them being magical and blocking off something that's not there, I think they might be magical and not activated. Like maybe these are portals or something, and maybe that's why this one's being blocked up. Like, maybe they're trying to stop people from using them? I don't suppose in your vast knowledge of this, whatever this, and he sort of pokes the glass stuff that, that's in the doorway and talks to Kairos, and he's like, I don't suppose in your knowledge of this stuff you happen to know if it can be destroyed at all.
Roll history again, Kairos. Maybe you can remember something. Actually, what did you roll in your previous roll?
Nat 20.
Oh, yeah. You definitely, like, to answer Johnson's question. Yeah, you know that these are very, very almost indestructible. And you emphasize almost because you've heard that word used before. So it's kind of like, it's not some magical indestructible item, but it's very, very resistant to various magics and sort.
Yeah, so he'll relay that information to the pair.
So it's resistant to magicals. Do you know how resistant it is to physical damage? Could we just push them out of there?
So, fucking hell.
Can he test integrity with a punch?
No. Sorry. I know you're really, really trying to investigate this, but what essentially, like what Kairos said, I actually didn't meant to say magical. It was a brain fart, but essentially on the if you remember on the initial
What, the initial history check?
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, on the initial roll, essentially, Kairos, he did remember that this is an indestructible, almost like, or very like resistant to damage properties that this material has, and that includes like physical to physical damage and magical. He just spouted out like
Okay.
Hey, magical. Some guys were saying it was magical. It's kind of like he doesn't know, like, he didn't read it on paper or on some scroll, or didn't. Wasn't so, it was just some of these like manufacturers, some dwarves were like, yeah, they're resistant to magic.
Well, I remember you saying one thing about it as well, that it could be like molded by magic, if I remember correctly as well.
So this is what perplexed you on when you were investigating the object, is like that yes, it can be kind of like molded almost, because it comes in blocks, and it can be molded into kind of like a what would you call it, an absence of space, or like a basically just, yeah, just if you have a hole, you want to fill it up, she said, and you want to, you don't put in like blocks, you can just kind of like mold in the material using the blocks. And it was your assumption that yes, probably magic was used to do that.
So these blocks are technically just taking the shape of whatever it needs to fill at the moment. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it looks like the best way I can describe it is like a wax. It was like just a wax block. You heat it up and you just kind of like push it into the absence of that area that you want to fill. That's kind of like the best description I can give it.
Okay.
That makes a bit more
sense.
sense.
And then once it like cools off, or I don't know if it's like heat used. I mean, I know you don't know, but like,
yeah.
You're like, you remember like guys just like, or the dwarves are like, like, because you drank with some of them and you kind of like inquired about it. It's like in the back of your head, and it's kind of you during like some beer sessions or whatever you had. They were like, we just manufacture these things, and but how they actually use them, because they're manufactured for like to be used as building blocks, right? But we've seen them like occupy spaces that are not meant for them. So, and then there were like speculations, and like rumors and conspiracy theories from the dwarves that it's like, okay, yeah, some magic is used, or maybe heat or some shit like that, because some say, like, some of those guys said like the properties make it so if you superheat it, that you can actually use it to kind of fill it up or something like that. I think I ranted too long about that fake material that I just came up with.
Yeah, but I get the gist of what you're trying to get at. So.
One of D&D beard, that is. If you make something and it's meant to be like inane, everybody will investigate it.
No, I know. It's fine. I'm cool with it. It's fine. It's just yeah, it's fine. I keep forgetting to write like shit that I just keep forgetting to write shit down, like what we actually discussed, because every time I was like, was this discussed?
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's the benefit of streaming. You can always just listen back and...
Yeah, that's true.
Filter through the nonsense.
Right. So yeah, Johnson again, so he's going to reiterate, because I think the vet says, like, Johnson investigated these, did he detect magic?
Yeah,
and
you feel magic from each of the doorways. They are almost like... Well, I'm gonna have to... Never mind. So, yeah, each of the doorways, and yeah, and you just feel like magic presence from it. And you go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, it feels like maybe these doorways. So I was thinking they were magical and stopping us from getting through them, but maybe they're magical and they haven't been activated. Like, I think they may be some sort of... Maybe they're a portal or something, or
yeah,
like,
somewhere else.
and maybe that's why they're putting these blocks in them. because they're trying to stop people from getting through the portal? I don't know. Like,
Do you know what these blocks are then?
I mean, I only really know what Pyros has told me. I don't know if I've ever seen them before. Yeah, can Johnson do a investigation/history on these? See if he's ever seen them before.
How are they made? How can they be destroyed?
He spent
Sure.
He spent good time in Ankh-Morpork with dwarves, so I think he'd have had a chance to. So it's 20 on investigation and a 21 on a history.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You vaguely remember talking to somebody about kind of like material like that. Ankh-Morpork is, you know, nowhere near to a place that manufactures something like this.
Even with the largest dwarf population on the Discworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, from what you've heard, it's basically like an obscure, kind of like on a down low location where they actually, and they don't produce these en masse, so they're not in high demand because not many people know about this stuff. So it's kind of like a private pre-order deal if you have the connections, right, or something like that. And it's not like it's not advertised. Not many people know about this, but from what you've heard is that you've heard about this material. You don't really have, nobody actually gave you a location where it comes from.
Yeah.
And none of the characters actually gave you like they gave you like a approximate description, not as precise a description as Kairos gave you, right?
Yeah.
But kind of like just an approximate description of like describing like magical blocks that can be used in construction, because you talk to a lot of dwarves, and construction mining is pretty much their bread and butter. So
yeah, just drunken chatter about magical blocks that can fill spaces. Then nothing useful.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the properties like described by Kairos, you remember like having the material kind of like mold into like open spaces.
Yeah.
Or the material can be molded into open spaces. Not that it molds by itself, but using some technique, it can be molded to like fit in an opening. Cool. So you remembered that fact, but nothing new that Kairos didn't tell you.
Yeah, like no, I don't seem too familiar with this stuff either. So here's where I'm at. I kind of feel like these doors might be portals, and I don't know if there's anything we can do to sort of, activate them or turn them on, but maybe this stuff that they've filled this one with is stopping all of them from working. Maybe it's stopping this portal from working and they're all linked or something. I don't really know, but they're all definitely magic, and it seems like the magic that they should be emanating isn't as, here as it should be. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at. No, that's the end of his turn.
I'm gonna give you a courtesy because I kept forgetting to like on everybody's perception roll except Stanish's at the start to like remind people about it. But there's like about the kind of like what the doorways actually look like, because they look like it's a different type of stone. or it's a different color of the same stone, and it has markings on it, kind of like rune type markings, right, on each of the doors, and in the same places.
Sorry, when you said that to Standish, did you? Because Standish can understand any written language.
No, what I told Standish at the start was that, well, Standish didn't understand like what that was, but I just described the door to Standish, and it was there are markings on the door, right? So, and there was like no investigation or perception made on that, so that's why I just kind of like forgot about that. So,
yeah, cool.
Yeah, you put your you know, half-foot long face toward like up against the doorway, shine your light on it, and you can see what the doorway looks like again. Yeah, or whatever you want to do, Kairos.
I'll shine my light on the runes and look to the masters of the craft, I suppose. I'll be like, these runes, do you think you can decipher them? He's sort of trying to see like what where these runes are from, like if they're Elvish or they...
Hold on, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson himself can only... So the languages he understands, reads, and speaks are Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Halfling, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant. So Johnson, I guess, can look up and be like, "Do I understand these? What are they?"
Why don't you borrow Standish's hat again?
No, so the hat has been given back to Johnson, and the hat's the helm of comprehend languages and can only understand stuff that's spoken. It can't understand stuff
that's written.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but Standish has an ability that is like part of his infernal thing that means he can just read any language that exists. Like he can just read it. He just understands it. So if I can't understand these with what I know, Standish sure as hell should be able to, I guess.
Calling.
There's some runes above the door, Standish.
I squint with my flaming peepers and try to read them.
Oh, sorry, I just got back. You just gonna have to fucking brief me what you guys were talking about. What you want to do?
That's cool. We were just sort of RPing the thing in between here.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone from Kairos trying to understand it to Johnson, and now to Standish, basically.
Yeah. Johnson's going to have a go, but he can only read, understand, and speak Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Halfling, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant. So if it isn't any of those, he's just going to be like, "No, don't understand that." Standish, what does this say?
Kairos, on the other hand, can only understand Celestial and Common.
Whereas Standish can understand any written language at all.
It's a warlock feat, so I think words in front of him just sort of materialise into Common.
So dyslexia.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
So they just sort of change places. I think it's some magic or something.
You guys ever seen Percy Jackson? Just like that.
Okay, so what was Standish had? Do you have? I don't see your. What are your languages here?
It's not under languages. It's under feats.
It's under feats. It's directly under Eldritch Invocations. It's Eyes of Runekeeper. You can read all writing.
Yes, even if it's not like a language, if someone's like made something up and scratched it down, Standish can still like.
Wow, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Yeah.
I wish I had something like that.
Where is it? Where the fuck is it? I don't see it.
In feats. If you go to feats,
Species traits or class feature?
Warlock features.
so go down to warlock. So go past bard and all that, and then at the bottom,
Eldritch
Eldritch
invocations. You learn fragments of forbidden knowledge that imbue
And then
you
below
with abiding magical ability.
Then below that,
You
eyes
can
of-
read all writing. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Which one do you want to read first?
Assume the one that Kairos has got his light to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the one that's illuminated, and like kind of
Yep.
like the one at the start.
The one with glass ice on it.
Sure. Do you so Eldritch Invocation? Do you understand what language is it? Is it in, or do you just understand it and don't understand what languages are written in?
Yeah, he doesn't understand what language it is. It just almost appears like common to him, basically.
Okay. Okay, so the word, so there are basically like two lines, right? Going on the left side of the door and on the right side of the door.
Okay.
Okay. And on the left side it says, I leap and I run. I can't walk. Right side says, through the forest I spread and talk.
You just standish repeat this out loud as he's reading.
Yeah, he like really slowly.
Yeah, can we?
Through the forest I spread, and is that talk?
It's it's okay, so Standish is like, alright, reads it like 2-3 times, and he's like, okay, so I leap and I run, I cannot walk, through forest I spread and talk.
It's a riddle.
We have a riddle, though, chaps.
And I run, but I can't walk. Well, that makes no fucking sense. God,
Where the fuck do you see sorry, I'm just talking to myself.
Can you write that down and like put it in chat so that we can
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that we can just reread it again?
Gotcha. No, you know what, dudes? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this.
Go on, what are you gonna do?
Where's Standish? Standish, where are you on Discord?
Oh, not in Discord yet, because we're on my one.
What?
Oh, well, Katie's not logged into here at the minute, because it's just, we talk through my PC. So we're just on the one Discord.
Just send it to all of us.
Well, alright, yeah. No, it's fine. I just tried to be clever, but it's fine. Here. So, we're just gonna call this... What do you want to call it? I don't know.
In character?
Doorway West or something?
Oh yeah, West doorway, yeah. Or West portal, I guess.
Doorway.
Yeah, or 1, 2, 3. So I guess 1 on the left, 2 in the, whatever. Yeah, I'm up for either.
I leap and I run, I cannot walk. Through the forest I spread and talk. Which is rhyming.
Where the fuck is by the way, where are the language descriptions? Like what can everybody speak? Like,
That's on the bottom left.
Character sheet. So Johnson reads Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Halfling, Infernal, and Thieves' Card.
No, there should be like it should be on a character sheet.
Yeah, it's in proficiencies and training on the bottom left.
What?
Yeah. Under passives.
Standish can understand common and infernal.
No, I want to fucking see this shit. I know. I'm tripping. Hold on.
It's just to the left of sleight of hand and stealth and survival checks.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
Common Infernal. Johnson speaks all languages.
But obviously, Standish can read all languages. He can only speak or understand, like, verbal, common, and infernal.
What? Oh, because of the helmet.
Well, no.
No, Johnson has the helmet back. The helmet's on Johnson. So
Standish's thing is a warlock thing.
Oh, you can understand all languages, but you can't speak any of them.
Yeah, so he can.
Remember, we just translate it.
yeah, he can just read. He can basically read any text or anything that someone has put down to like convey a meaning, but he can't like. He doesn't automatically speak that fluently as a. You know, like I say, it kind of just turns into common.
Yeah, but why did you give Standish the helmet that time?
Because he needed to be able to listen to what people were saying, and it doesn't work for words. Like spoken, it only works for words that are written. So the helmet is for when you have people speaking languages around you that you need to understand. Which is something that Standish would be able to do, because that ability only works for things that are written.
See, learning to be a GM, dudes.
But Johnson has that helm back now.
Yeah, Johnson does.
Yeah, so Johnson can understand all spoken languages now.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
He is wearing a helmet.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Kairos is just doing fine. So I leap and I run. I can't walk through the forest. I spread and talk. I mean, mushrooms? But that doesn't make any sense. I leap and I run. I can't walk.
Interesting. Maybe we can look at the other doorways and see what else they have to say. Maybe they're linked to each other. Or maybe they're like it might just be one whole thing, like one after another. So let's see. So I guess he'll shine his light on the runes again. On this time the south side doorway. It might not be a riddle, it might just be like a whole thing that connects.
Johnson's still stood there repeating that to himself. Like, it's like, I leap and I run, I cannot walk. Through the forest I spread and talk. But what in the forest speaks? Trees don't speak. Squirrels don't speak. Deer don't speak. I mean, elves? But elves can walk. I've seen elves walk plenty of times. What a... Wait. Hang on. What's it called? So trees can't speak, right? But the wind can whisper through their leaves. Could it be wind? But I've never seen wind leap and run. Oh, I don't know. I think.
Well, who's next?
Where?
Oh, so Kairos, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm looking at the south side doorway, so trying to see
Yeah.
if we can decipher this one now.
Okay.
I just wanna get all of them before we start working on it, I guess.
Okay.
So he'll ask Standish waving or brandishing his glowing sword on the runes. And these runes, what do they say?
Cool. Kate, we'll be back up in a sec. She's just gonna let the dog out.
Yeah, no worries. Just let me know.
I think at this point Johnson's had his intelligence challenged that much by what's been scratched into stone that he's now completely sidetracked single-mindedly trying to solve it. Like, I will not be beaten by words on a rock. This is... Yeah, Kairos has called for Standish's help to read the other inscription.
Okay. Yeah, Standish will go over and read what that second inscription says.
Or maybe it's the first. Ooh.
Or maybe the first. Or
Oh, that's like however you guys want to label them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Give it
so,
to us.
so you read the one on the left side, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the left side, you see the doorway is almost exactly similar. It's just different wear and tear on it. You see runes kind of on the left and the right side as well, and they make sense to you. So you read, I leap and I run. I cannot, and then it kind of like it's scraped off. Like you can't make out like the rest of that.
They've crossed it off, basically. Like we scratched it off.
I read the wrong riddle. Sorry, guys.
Oh!
I read the previous door riddle.
I was gonna say, I was like, whoa.
No. Sorry. Okay. So I just there's so much fucking text on my screens right now. All three of them. So
Encyclopedias.
it's an encyclopedia. It's just like actually, honestly, like my desktop resembles right now. I have like the three monitors, like the one in front and like two like tilted, like not like tilted, but like it looks like a huge DM kind of like a board that you see on like on the tabletop.
You've immersed yourself in the culture then.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Okay, so fucking hell. All right, so Standish reads. So on the left side, right, it reads, "What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than," and then kind of like the end is scraped off. You can't really make out like what it says. And on the right side it says, up it goes, and yet never grows. Alright, I'm gonna put it here. What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. This is the kind of immersion I've been looking for. I can finally read the text. That's because I know in Roll20 you can get like handouts. And you can literally just see, like, what that doorway would say, almost, as a handout. So I don't think you can get handouts in DNDBeyond.
Oh,
as far as I'm aware.
Technically what I can do is, like, do this. Right. I can do... Oh well, that's.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I would have to. I would have to do something like this. And let me just try it out real quick, guys, just because I'm curious myself.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. That looked really cool.
Just because I'm curious, and that would be this, and I could set it as a.
Did you get the whole thing for that one?
No, I'm
Oh,
missing.
the end of it was up it goes.
No, I got the up it goes and never grows. On the left, it was what has roots as nobody sees. Something.
I think it was just and. But then it was scratched off.
I know I could do this. Oh, I know I can do this. Hell yeah. Alright.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying... Okay, so... I would have to... I'm trying to... make it more immersive for you guys.
Hell yeah.
For future sessions, I'm just trying to, like, see how I can, like, screw over the system a bit.
What has roots as nobody sees?
Well, I mean, nobody really sees normal roots, do they? They're usually underground.
Yeah. Check it out. Okay, so let's try some stuff out, okay? Alright, so let's put this dude here.
Are you making like a token and then like renaming it like Southside Door or something like that?
No, I'm like making a token and then see if I can use it to like do this. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, so this is a tool I can use in the future. Because I was trying to think, like, I can't, like, use this feature, because I can't use it as a GM for some reason. I can't, like, like, you guys can communicate with each other in that matter. Like, you can use, like, you press enter, and then you, like, use text.
Oh, I can use that instead of being like...
Yeah, you put shit on screen, yeah. Right, so, okay, so check this out, okay? So technically, like, I'm gonna put...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, so check this out. Okay, so this would be like, right, so Stanish reads...
What has roots as nobody sees?
Yeah.
Is that the full text, or is it cutting off at some point?
No, I'm cutting it off, so...
Ah, okay.
So... Or maybe I can do this.
Is polygon missing?
Yeah.
Let's see how long this lasts. Oh, if you have longer text, it stays up longer, so...
Oh, okay. And it stays over in the right-hand side anyway. It stays in the chat messages.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's fine.
And then if we need to, you can just put it back in again anyway.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
What has roots that nobody sees? Is taller than... Up it goes, yet never grows.
You know, rhyming necessity and all that would make sense that the missing word is something rhyming with grows.
Maybe it rhymes with cease.
Is taller than trees?
I guess, but that would be too simple, no?
I don't know. Trees are pretty tall. Well, mind you, everything's pretty tall to me. You know, 3 foot fuck all.
Yes. Well, let's go to the last door and sort of decipher this last one.
Okay.
We'll just get all the 3 riddles like up in the air so that maybe we can work on it one by one.
Okay, Stanish reads, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Standish is the only one that can read for us.
Yeah.
Standish reads aloud again.
Maybe it's what has roots as nobody sees is taller than... No, that wouldn't make any sense. God damn it, I'm no good at these things. I can solve them, but I can't make them.
Witness to Epoch, the carrier of life.
What the hell is an epoch?
A period of time.
Yes. Now he knows. Now I know. Yeah, that seems like the most confusing one. Johnson, any idea on your riddle?
Well, I'm pretty sure this first one... I'm pretty sure about it anyway. I mean... Don't make fun of me if I'm not right. You're very kind. So, Standish, give us that. Well, I think I can remember anyway. It was, but I leap and I run, I cannot walk. Through the forest, I spread and talk. So, I think that might be the wind. You know, wind whispers through the leaves of trees.
Definitely spreads and talks.
And it can't walk, but it can sort of leap and run if you watch the leaves it carries, I guess.
Supposing it's very fast as well.
So that would be... That's my guess on that one.
How can we make fun of you? That's a very intelligent guess.
Write all that shit down, guys.
Oh, we are. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like that's... But these other two, I mean, they're damn confusing. They're like... The one on the door over there, you know, what has roots as nobody sees is taller than... Well, we don't know what that bit is. I'm going to just say trees for now, because it makes me feel better. Up it goes, and yet never grows. Well... Plenty of stuff goes up and never grows, you know, like the cost of things. But I mean, I doubt it's referencing, like, you know, the economical situation in a city somewhere. So, I mean, for starters, roots that nobody usually sees roots, you know, they're usually underground. But
Yes,
I mean, I guess you can see them on trees if you look at them.
You're getting stuck on the definition. Roots are in different things like genetic roots, ancestral roots.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, well, that's a... What about even...
I mean,
Could it be knowledge, maybe? You know?
roots
like-
of knowledge, definitely
Yeah,
knowledge
roots.
tree, even.
Tall... Well, that's if it does say tree. I mean, I could be barking up the wrong... Well, tree, because I think it's a tree.
I think Pyrus is going to say something very crudely dark. He's going to say a dead baby. It will never grow. It will never grow.
Wow, that's dark, Kairos.
Kairos.
Accurate and logical, but also
No,
fucking dark.
why logic? I'm gonna need you to explain that.
Well, because a dead baby's never going to grow, is it?
Yeah,
It's
and it's
dead.
got roots that you can't see. It's
So
taller-
we've got two ones for the first one now. It's possibly a dead baby and or knowledge.
Standish starts weeping. Just quietly, just that, like, you might not even notice. But
Kairos is just very, very serious about it. So I was just like, yeah, he's like adamant that it's a dead baby. Okay.
And then the last one, well, the last one was just madness to me, really. I mean, we're missing so much of it. Are we, I guess, missing much? Oh, no, here. It says, I'm the witness to epochs, the carrier of life, and the sculptor of what? Well,
and the sculptor of life.
well, I mean, maybe it rhymes with life, or maybe it rhymes with epochs. But I don't know what the fuck rhymes with epochs. I'm the sculptor of cheese box. I don't know.
You wanna roll for something?
Yeah, sure. It's Johnson's ad-libbing this here.
Yeah, can we do an intelligence, knowledge roll,
They-
wisdom, anything?
I was gonna say, like, insight, maybe? Into, like, or... I don't know. Up to you, man.
We're stumped at right now.
Yeah, intelligence roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Int.
14.
I mean, Standish only.
Oh.
Well, no. It's fine. Yeah, Standish already told everybody. It's fine. So
Yeah.
what do we got?
Through in there. Yeah.
Now it's not coming.
Can I catch up?
I'm gonna restart this shit. Hold on.
Yeah, they should do in a second. Both me and Standish got a 14 on the intelligence there, or do you want us to re-roll when you're reworking?
I got a 7.
The in-game thing is down, I think.
Huh.
The text has killed it.
Oh no, maybe not. Sorry, just like all my stuff on screen. There we go. Alright, should be back. So what was it?
We both got a 14.
I got a 6.
Okay. Okay, so
You have 5.
what was it? Intelligence, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the on that. I'm gonna give you the first letters.
Yes.
You're currently looking at which door?
We're looking at I am the witness of
The last, yeah.
On the right door, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first letters you can kind of make out are land. So LAND, and then it just kind of trails off.
The sculpture of land and it trails off?
Well, it's just like you can't make out the last letters.
Where is that word in the sentence? Sorry.
Just the only bit we were missing was at the end. I am the witness to epochs.
I can post it again, because we found out I can do this.
No, that's fine. Absolutely. So, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. No, that's fine. All good. I had put the dots in the wrong place. I'm the sculptor of black.
It just sounds like God to me. Or which one?
I am the witness to time, the carrier of light, and the sculptor of land. I mean, honestly, I'd actually say trees for that one also. They definitely help shape the land around them. They carry life within them, both, on a material that they are alive, but also things live within them. They are ecosystems in themselves, if you will. And they witness time. Depending on the species, some trees can live hundreds and hundreds of years, almost as long as me.
Yeah, but by that logic, it could also be water. because I am witness to epochs, the carrier of life. Well, water's been around forever, it keeps being around, and it does the literal carrier of life, water. No life without water. And the sculptor of land. Well, yeah, water can carve rock over time.
You didn't need to say it so shittily. I thought trees was quite a good answer.
But trees... maybe. Well, my bad.
I mean, yeah, sure, it could also
Wait.
be water.
No, because I was thinking water could be the second one, the west door. I leap and I run, I cannot walk. Through the forest I spread and talk. Do you ever associate water with walking?
I mean, it could be like a river or something, like a babbling brook,
So a river, does a river leap and run through a forest?
No, I think no. Actually, that's a point. Maybe wind. So hang on, but if it is water for this one and that one is wind, maybe it's like an elemental thing. Maybe this is some sort of, earth, wind, fire, and all that sort of shit.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I was just thinking the same. If we have wind on one corner and water on another, the second might not be dead baby, I'm afraid.
So I think that first one might be earth, the second one might be water, and this one could be fire, no? Fire, the carrier of life, if you think about it, think about how...
Is fire not end life?
No, there was a titan that came down from Olympus, and he brought the fire down to the humans, gave them life.
Oh,
in a sense. Obviously, that's I don't know if.
Could that answer be? I mean, could the answer just be the Titan guy?
Cronus?
Kronos.
Kronos, yeah.
Kronos is wasn't he the god of time, not fucking fire? Like a titan of time? No?
I think there's two different Cronoses actually.
Oh, okay.
There's Kronos and Kronos. There's one with a K and one with a C.
Okay.
If I remember.
Yeah, that's right, Standish. Could the first one be fire? What has roots as nobody sees is taller than something we don't invest. No. Oh, sorry.
I leap and run. I can't walk through the forest. I spread.
Oh, what, like a forest fire?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
true.
and forest leaps. Absolutely. Fire leaps.
That's true.
It's insanely fast, but it can't walk. I mean, that seems to make a bit of sense also. By this time, Standish has sat down. He's just like squatted down on his haunches.
I think we've got a gist of what the answer could possibly be, and it has to do with the elements.
As you guys are doing that, you hear kind of like one of those like kind of arcane waves just like pulsing your way, like from north side, just kind of like through, and it just kind of like dims your sword a little, Kairos, and that's it.
Well, I feel like whatever the answer to this is, we should probably solve them sooner rather than later, because I think those mage guys are up to no good.
Agreed.
So here's the next bit that I just sort of had a think, thought about. Once we know the answer to these, how do we tell the doors?
Shout.
Well, no, but here's the thing, because they're not written in, like, any language any of us understand, right? So what if they're expecting us to say it in any language that we don't understand? Like, we're reading this in common, right? Because you can read anything in Standish, but...
What if they're asking us to present these items that we speak of?
Well, we can't present the wind, can we? We could present water and fire, I guess. With that, but with that logic, you've... Oh, no, because you've not used a torch, have you, Kairos?
Johnson, cast gust of wind at that doorway.
Which one?
Prestidigitate gust of wind.
No, that's a great idea. Yeah, Johnson's... Which one? The one on the south there?
What is it? I think I run, but I cannot...
Oh, okay, that was the middle one. So that's this one here.
That was the one we thought was
okay.
to begin with.
Let's let's cast. Yeah, sure. I cast gust of. Prestidigitated gust of wind. I guess.
I can always attempt a burning hands through one of them. And I'm
Paris will
pretty
light his torch.
pretty sure I've got. Oh yeah, you've got a torch. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So if you use a torch. Johnson's going to cast the prestidigitation thing to make a gust of wind at the door that is to the west.
Okay. Like how big of how much you what do you wanna? Just a gust of wind, just kind of like
It just whatever the maximum amount of might that spell can muster.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't think it's very strong. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. It's not.
Well, it's a gust of wind, so it's not like a. It's just all right. So you kind of you do that, and you notice that it should go right through, but you can kind of feel the cold air that you mustered is coming back right in your face, and nothing happens. So it's not going through. Kind of you can see half of the door being closed by that material, and you can see through that hole on the other half, and yeah, nothing comes through. Not even through even through the opening. It's just kind of all blows back in your face. Just a gust of wind. It doesn't do anything. It's just kind of your hair, your dreadlocks kind of flicker in the air.
Here's a slightly crazy idea, maybe. You know how you were telling me that these blocks were created by, heating and then cooling?
Well, we think something like that.
Do you think they could be reheated to be remolded?
Well, so you think the fact that this didn't do anything might be because the blocks are blocking?
I mean, maybe.
That makes sense. But I don't know if we have the power to
try something.
Sure, I'll let you do it. Maybe we should try and solve one of the open doors? The ones that aren't blocked, because maybe these blocks are breaking this one is.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't looking properly, and I didn't think that was open. I thought that was the open one. So what? We have what has roots as nobody sees is taller than something. Up it goes and never grows. And we have I am the witness to epochs, the carrier of the light, and the sculptor of time. Oh shit, the sculptor of land.
Yes, the sculptor of land. Time was Kronos, the chap that.
My bad.
So here's what. Let's work on the one we have the most of, which is well, I actually don't know which one we have the most of, but the one that's missing stuff off the end makes me worry that there's missing more. What has roots as nobody sees is taller than missing. Can Johnson just go and investigate that and see if he can make out what the missing thing might be? Johnson can't. Johnson doesn't have the ability to read.
Yeah,
so that makes no difference.
Can Standish walk up and
Standish, can you go and see if you can figure out what that is? On the door to the south there. See what the missing word is.
Oh, it's not my go.
Yeah, it's fine. Johnson let his go there.
Well, Kairos, here we go.
I know we're just kind of in an RP thing right now where goes aren't really mattering, but it was just more so people in game can move around.
No, it's fine. But Kairos can. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can move around anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for now, if you're not in combat, I'll let you go without a go. So.
So Standish goes over and can he make out anything next to the what has roots as nobody sees is taller than? I know you said it's scratched off, but can he make out anything?
Intelligence check, please.
Can Johnson give him the help action?
Yeah.
Just be like, come on, Standish, you can do this.
You want me to stack rolls now?
I think the help action usually just lets people roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, rolls with advantage.
Yeah.
Alright, well, go ahead.
It's just going to use his sort of. Yeah. What do you get?
Pretty good.
So what are you looking at?
That the first door.
Scratched off lettering next to is taller than.
You can make out two letters, that is T and R.
T for Tommy and R for Romeo.
Well, so could it be taller than trees?
T
then?
for Tommy and R for Roman, or
Romeo.
or
What?
roads.
I mean, that makes sense. Taller than trees, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is, in my mind, there's two answers to that as a riddle, if that's, well, that I've thought of at the moment anyway. The first one is maybe Earth, because the land, you know, is, you know how like mountains rise up, but they don't grow, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be something, I mean, that's if we're working on this elemental ideology, where these are all linked by some sort of, you know, common theme. And if not, what? Well, yeah, maybe, I mean, that kind of describes knowledge too, right? Knowledge is a huge subject, it's big, it's tall.
Well, yes, I'm still kind of on the knowledge.
And knowledge grows. I guess knowledge grows in people, though.
It does definitely.
Doesn't it?
fit all of
But it
those.
doesn't physically grow,
No.
which might be what this is all about. And it
Well,
does
what
go
you say, the mountain,
doesn't it? It
do
continues.
mountains grow?
How are we going to present this with knowledge?
I could throw a book at it.
Well, I guess it's rudimentary, Standish, but it might. What if it's not the right book?
I could throw a different one.
Until we find the right one.
Fucking hell.
Standish starts rooting around in his bag.
Don't just wait before you throw books, Standish, because it could be other stuff. Wait, let me
Thanks for the follow.
let me think about this right here. What has roots as nobody knows? I need like a sort of I need a more out there one. Just read it to me again, Standish. I'm just trying to get my brain around it.
What has roots as nobody sees is taller than trees,
Potentially.
possibly. Up it goes and never grows. Volcanoes.
It could be maybe your shadow, as like
Ooh.
that would describe, because you don't see the root of a shadow, do you? It just starts at where
No,
it starts. And shadows can be taller dependent on the position of light, and they don't grow per se physically at all. They never change their own.
What up?
what's it,
Thanks,
other than
bro.
growing
I
with
saw it.
where the light is putting them, but they do stretch up and up.
Yeah,
and
we're just doing
maybe-
like our D&D
I don't know.
sessions.
That might be reaching for it.
I mean, oh no, we've already worked out we don't have a statue. We can't ask the big boy for help.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a few ideas here. The last one really has me stumped, though. I've got to be honest. This witness to the epoch's carrier of life and the sculptor of land has got me a little bit on the confused.
I think if it's elements, then that is tar.
Maybe it is water for that one. Maybe for the last one it is just water. Because I can't think of anything else that fits that. But maybe I'm just maybe my brain's run out. I don't know. It
I think you
seems
may be right about the water.
Ocean.
yeah, because I mean, could we just
Specific.
I don't know, could we throw water at the door? Would that work? Could we just put a... Has anyone got any water on them?
Rooting from like
I kind of feel like if it's looking for a verbal answer though, or like an incantation, that might stump us a little. Oh, Kairos, you know you just went through that door. They haven't... Those inscriptions aren't on the backside as well, are they, by any chance?
He'll wave his torch. Standish, have a look. And he'll wait for Standish to
Yeah, see if
Have
the
a look.
inscription's on the other side as well. They might have forgotten to scratch those ones off.
Adobe Premiere Pro, no comment on
I
that,
didn't
bro.
have any water,
Wink,
I've
wink.
only got potions.
So, what up?
I emptied out my
Oh,
water
but,
and filled it
yeah,
with
Kairos and Standish were just trying to see if the inscriptions are on the other side of the door as well, and that they'd forgotten to be scratched off.
Oh, you think? If they're, yeah, if they're both sides,
Yeah, maybe they missed that one. No, it was.
they are.
Oh,
Yeah. So it. So which door are we looking at?
they're at the south door right now.
Right. So. So this is what the. So this is not scratched off, right? So this is not. Fucking hell.
It was trees. Okay, so we've got the whole one for that one now as well. So, this is great, chaps. Good stuff. Maybe let's check the other door then. Let's see if the whole one's on the other side of that. If they missed this one, they hopefully missed that one.
Yeah, that's a goal.
That's how movement works. Kairos, do you mind joining Standish with your excellent torch?
Yep. I mean, they got dark vision. What do they need me for?
It's just nice to make you feel helpful.
I just want you to be included, old boy. Come on now.
Maybe the runes come out when the light comes out.
Yeah, you never know. The light might be an important part of this.
Yes, I do as I'm told.
Sculptor of landscapes. So now I'm.
The other.
Well, we had all the words for the other one, didn't we? But that door's blocked off, so we couldn't use that door.
Well, it's only partially blocked, so.
I'm thinking that might be enough to stop the magic from being able to do its thing. You know?
What are we talking about?
Oh, we're just sort of sorry, we're deep in the RP.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. We're basically just talking about maybe this door at the north. Sorry, the west isn't working because it's got blocks in it, and that's why the spell didn't work. We're currently just trying to ad-lib our way through solving these riddles.
Gotcha.
Standish is going to walk up to the west doorway, one that Johnson did. West?
Yeah, the one at the top is the
One
one.
where you are.
Yeah, the one up there. Yeah.
Through this sort of open gap, I guess. Face that way, you beggar. Just out of curiosity, he's going to do a first level Burning Hands, which is 15 foot pendant. No, yeah, it's 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of like aiming at the thing, yeah.
Do you think that's a bit too far forward, or should I move a bit further back?
You asking me?
Sorry, I'm just asking
For what? Sorry.
Johnson.
What are you doing?
Actually, I can't ask Johnson. Sorry, that's obviously. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I want to do a burning hand. So I just
Sure.
do. I mean, it's a dexterity saving throw for the space. But I don't suppose it would need to do one.
What you're asking for the other party members?
No, I'm just aiming it at the door. So
We were just aiming
I'm-
like at the door, kind of like at the material there. Yeah.
Yeah, so Standish is kind of just testing the theory of I leap and I run, I can't walk through the forest, I spread and talk might be fire.
Uh-huh.
So he's casting fire at the doorway. Burning hands is as you hold your hands with thumbs touching and fingers spreading, a thin sheet of flame shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips. Any object and each creature in a 15-foot cone must make dexterity, blah blah blah. Flame ignites any flammable objects in the area.
Well,
He's not expecting anything to catch fire because it's brick.
yeah. He's just kind of like you put it up like, you know,
Yeah, he's just like,
almost 10 inches from that thing, and it just kind of like goes like both ways and just kind of like creates this like fiery fume in the room. Doesn't hit your party members, but just kind of lights up the area, and you're like, you hit the thing, and the frame of the door kind of like blinks or lights up a bit.
Hey, Standish. Maybe it is an elemental answer to that door, and it is fire. Because no, wait, hang on. But I think those blocks are possibly blocking it. Hey, good solve, old boy. Because all it did at me was blow wind back at me, and it didn't go blowing, sort of thing. So I'm trying to think abstractly about this damned epoch fucking riddle, and. So, I mean, okay, so we've got the theory that these may be elementally connected, sure, but let's say they're not. And I'm just going to kind of throw some abstract sort of ideas at you guys.
Go for it, old boy.
Could it be nature?
Definitely, yeah.
You know, just as a sort of thing, you know, itself. Yeah, you know, humans, animals, all sorts of things in nature change landscapes. It's the literal carrier of life, and it's been around forever to witness the epochs that's passed.
Yeah.
But I think death's the carrier of life, old boy.
And if we're being sort of conceptual and out of the box thinking, I think we could probably say it sort of is.
How?
Like death is a, being. I'm not going to explain myself.
No, I need you to explain yourself. It's a riddle. That's how these work, Standish.
No, I can't. I don't understand enough. It was just an idea.
Or is it talking about, the disc itself? You know, the very thing that all life has come to be on. But I don't know how the disc itself is a sculpture of landscapes. I'm a little bit lost on this one, I'm going to be honest with you. The other two seem a little bit more, I feel better about anyway.
Yeah.
But you've definitely got it with fire, Standish, on the riddle for the forest one. I think.
Shall I dispel?
And well, so we got to remember, oh boy, those blocks are basically, well, from what we've learned, from what me and Kairos here can remember, are indestructible, kind of. There is some way to destroy and mould them, we don't know it, and for the most part, they're going to reflect any damage you put at them or anything you do at them back, so I think they're blocking our ability to start that portal, or doorway, or whatever the hell that damn thing is with the riddle written on it.
Okay, you two get back on the gantry behind me.
Okay.
I mean,
Right, what are you going to do?
fire spell, but I can try Thunderwave, but I need you to be 15
But
feet
what
away.
part of it's going to reflect anything you do back at you? Didn't you understand, old chap?
Yeah, but you said most of it.
Yes,
So
but no.
some of it will damage.
It's not. No, oh boy, that is not how this is going to work. These things have got a very specific technique to make them do stuff, and we don't know what that is. You can try and damage them if you want, but I genuinely think you're probably just going to hurt yourself, old chap. I think we need to use a little more brain and a little less brawn here.
You always say that.
But you should be fine with that. You basically solved the riddle was fire. So let's try and work on this other one. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up it goes, and yet never grows. I mean, if it's knowledge, how do we share literal knowledge with this door? I don't understand that.
We could shout secrets into it, or tell it something it's never heard before.
But tell it a fact.
Tell it facts,
Okay.
exactly.
Or are these elementally related?
I have a journal.
And is it possibly Earth? You know, like as in the Earth itself, the dirt, you know? So do we just need to give it some Earth?
Well, I mean, possibly, but where would you get the...
Do any of you have the Erupting Earth spell?
No.
Ah, curses, neither do I. Well, that's that out of the window, then.
I'm a devil, man. I have fire. A lot of fire.
Back! What is your purpose here? Who said that? What? Does Johnson see what said that? Or hear where that came from?
Well, depends on what you guys are looking at.
He's looking at the door that he was looking at previously. To the south there.
No. Where did it come from?
I just saw the text in the bottom that says, "Dead skeleton on front. What is your purpose here?"
Oh. Yeah.
Did you not mean to do that?
No. It's not. The skeleton is not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Wait, who is the skeleton talking to?
Is that for Kairos who stood in front of a skeleton?
Yeah.
Cool.
Carry on.
Yeah, all good.
We have action.
I really need to see if I've got some water.
Kairos, do you have any water in your bag?
I don't think Kairos can hear you.
Not without
She's
you
shouting.
shouting too loudly. Oh, Johnson's got a water skin.
Oh, sick.
Wait, can prestidigitation create?
Yeah, let me just reply while you guys talk amongst
I like it.
yourselves. What is your purpose here? What is your purpose here?
Grimoire, if you will.
I mean, that's what we're looking for, right? It's a book as well.
Yeah.
That was why we came here to start with, for sure.
Originally. I keep on forgetting that.
Also, we kind of want to help Chiron at this point.
Yeah, we can't leave him.
Yeah, whatever's happened to this spirit that this place was like made for.
We could just chuck him in the bauble.
I just feel like the whole leaving some evil, cult here to do evil stuff is generally a bad idea too.
Yeah, I mean, these guys should go.
Yeah. Can Johnson, pour some water into this door?
You guys fuck off. You can talk like whatever you guys want. I know you're like all ears on what's going on.
It's so interesting.
I was like, oh, what's going on?
They've gone silent.
That was gone silent.
Yeah. I mean, I might as well start speaking it. And what of Chiron?
No. Do you guys see the thing?
I'm pretty sure they see the text, right?
Yeah, we see the text. I was trying to ignore it. Johnson's currently trying to pour water on this door.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
You were preoccupied with the text, and I didn't want to interrupt. So
no, I don't care. I don't care. Do your thing. Do your thing. Because the reason we're texting between each other just not to interrupt when you're actually talking to each other.
Yeah.
So.
Johnson just wants to try and pour some water onto this doorway. He's got a water skin, so he's just gonna sort of pour some water out and see if it like magically reacts at all.
Pour one out for the homies.
Yeah, pour one out for Chiron.
Make sure to say the thingy as you do it.
What, the riddle?
I'm gonna say his captain.
I mean,
your devotee wishes his fortune without.
if Standish is like looking at Kairos, does he just see like Kairos just with a torch just speaking to himself?
I think Standish sees Kairos very, very sort of determinedly staring at a skeleton, but because you are faced away, he can't tell that you're talking. And I think you're probably a little too far, unless you are talking out loud and you aren't actually whispering, in which case he's probably picked up on it, yeah?
I mean, he's just conversing with this spirit.
Yeah, I don't think Standish would probably think there's anything weird in that, to be honest. Like, he talks to demons quite often.
Did you see the last one I sent you?
Hey, Randall's anything? Sorry to interrupt. Anything good?
Something's been whispering to me.
Yeah, you found a chatty skeleton.
Yes, it says to beware of the door we step foot in.
Okay.
The book that we seek, it's with the mage. The mage knows evil, he says.
Yes, I think probably come to that conclusion already, but very helpful skeleton. Standish looks at the skeleton and bows, reverentially. Thank you for your help.
Souls of the ones in these fallen halls already lost.
Well, any souls that are left around and don't want to be hanging around at the end of this, come and find me, because I can take you to one hell of a place.
Is that your personal hell?
I mean, technically it's a strip club in hell.
Yeah, I thought so.
They wouldn't just be working.
So, as these guys are up to that, can Johnson take out his water skin and pour a little water onto this threshold of the door, like a little bit over the sides, a little bit at the bottom and that, just to see if it reacts magically at all?
Sure. Well, where are you pouring the water on?
So, like, a bit on the side of the door.
The lintel.
You know, well, Johnson couldn't reach the lintel if he tried. And a little bit on the entrance, sort of down here. You know.
Give me a perception.
21.
Yeah, you see the walls kind of emanate like the corner of your eye, a bit of a wobble. It's not really a wobble as in like the walls are moving, it's just that you see like a distortion.
In the doorway or just around the doorway?
The doorway itself.
Yeah. But he doesn't see any, like, magical glow or anything like that?
No.
Then maybe it's not water. Maybe it's blood. And he's gonna outstretch his hand, like with his sword, and just nick the inside of his hand and just bleed into the doorway.
Into the doorway, yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Like
nothing happens in the doorway.
Nothing at all.
Just
No.
1 HP.
Nothing. You can like drip down some blood in the doorway. Nothing happens.
Yeah. Hoping I might have got a solution to that.
Trip yourself up.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna take 2 damage for the hand nick.
He's so cool for that.
You see, I thought that. So when I put some water in here, it made some sort of weird distortion happen.
Yeah.
And so I thought that maybe water wasn't quite right. And so I thought, well, what else shapes the land and stuff like that? And I
Maybe it
thought,
needs
like,
more water.
What about?
I mean, potentially, but I also thought maybe blood, you know, because blood contains, like, DNA. It contains, like, the knowledge of all the people before it. You know,
Stand back, Johnson.
Well, either way, it didn't work. So go for it.
Roll me an intelligence check, all of you.
What, Johnson?
No, Standish and Johnson.
Oh, okay. Flat intelligence or any? Anything else?
15 on that for me.
Investigation. Sorry.
Investigation. Okay.
Yeah, both of you. Yeah.
18.
Still a 15.
Okay.
Only I rolled 14.
Yeah. So, what you realize is that you're trying all these kind of like material, elemental things to kind of like engage into this you don't know if it's a celestial object or it's an arcane object to activate it, right? But none of that works so far. None of that's working. Fine. And you think like, okay, maybe like audible incantations might work.
So I guess maybe we could try speaking at these then? Maybe we need to talk to them? Can Johnson... Does the runes that are on the side of the door, does Johnson recognise them from any of the languages he knows?
No.
He doesn't. Okay. Maybe the door just speaks any fucking language? I mean, that one of yours reacted to the fire.
Yeah.
Which is... I mean, this one kind of reacted to water, I guess. So maybe that's the clue? I guess Johnson's just going to speak water to the door.
Yeah.
Or the answer is water.
Yeah. You get a, basically a gust of wind through the hallway for no apparent reason. And,
Huh. Intriguing. Maybe. Okay, well, I guess I'll try the next one. He's gonna move to the west door. Oh, could you just?
Am I in the way?
Well, no, I just need to end your turn so I can move Johnson because we're back in turn based.
Oh.
That's fine. Yeah, he's going to move to this one and speak. The answer is fire.
Gives you kind of like a heat. Or rather, you receive kind of like a heat element absorbing you and then leaving.
Okay. And he's going to come over to this one and speak. Because he's not sure about this doorway, I don't think. But he's going to speak. I think the answer is either earth or knowledge. And I'm going with earth.
Nothing happens.
Okay. So maybe we've got 2 out of 3 correct? The answer is knowledge? No, there was a gust of wind from the door he spoke water to. There was a heat element from the one he spoke fire to, and then nothing from this one. So I'm wondering if we have the fire one right. The other one is maybe the wind one, and maybe this one is just something we haven't solved yet. Like, I haven't got across. Can it be water?
It's
The roots one, isn't it?
oh, no.
I don't know if it makes any contextual sense, like. But...
Kairos? Kairos is all the way on the other side. Still talking to the spirit.
No, has everybody? Oh, why has my chat disappeared?
Can I bring this skeleton over?
Well, the skeletons disappeared into the
Oh.
darkness, so it's just kind of like leading you away.
Oh, so it's leading me away? Like, do I need to follow it, or can I just go back?
Well, as soon as you approach it, it moves away. So
I take it doesn't want to answer anymore.
well, you can try.
I guess he'll shout one more time. Sort of. And what of these riddles? Have you the answers for them? He'll call out, hoping to get an answer before it leaves.
Oh shit! Why isn't this working? Hold on.
Yes, if we're going for. What I thought for could also be air or wind.
Put it. Yeah.
One you can dip in. What's that supposed to mean?
Could be a typo. You could have meant dying.
I don't think it's a typo. Well, I mean, what answers have we got so far? We've got fire, water.
So, Johnson, as you come back in, Kairos, Johnson looks at you and goes, Kairos, my good friend. So, to catch you up on the doors of riddles, the one at the back with the blocks in, it reacts positively if you walk up to it and say the answer is fire. It gives you like an elemental warmth that sort of comes and then leaves you. The one over to the right had a reaction when I poured some water in it. It went sort of all distorty. But when I said the answer is water, it blew wind at me. So I'm not sure if actually the answer to that door might be wind. And then this door over here, where I'm currently stood, I said the answer is earth, and nothing happened. And then I said the answer is knowledge, and nothing happened. So I think I'm barking up the wrong tree with both of those. So maybe the answers aren't elemental or related to each other at all.
Well, Spirit says the answer to one of these riddles is one you can dip in.
Well, water, fire, and air, surely, then. Is that...
Would you take a dip in air or fire?
Well, no, so what you can dip in... I'm sorry, yeah, I've just remembered, Johnson can't actually read what you've seen there. Sorry, I mean, I'll read... no,
he said it to you, though.
Oh, okay, cool. So, well, yeah, you can take a dip in water, you can scorch in fire, and you can fly away in air or wind, can't you?
Water is a bit vague. You could take a dip in a lake, maybe.
Or the ocean, or the sea, or, yeah, a river?
A river.
Maybe a river. Maybe try the answer is a river? Maybe that works.
Let's try. Let's try bodies of water. He'll put his hand to the frame of the door, sort of just spout out.
As you're doing this, says, "Oh, Kairos, before you do that, boy, maybe stand back. We don't know where the portal's going to be conjured, and you don't want it to be conjured on you."
Oh, bro, I hate portals.
Yeah, sorry, magical safety here. I did teach it for a little bit.
He'll point his sword, and he'll like point the tip to where the portal should be at the door, and he'll utter the words river. And he waits. Whoa. Do you guys see that? Do they see that as well, or is that just me? Johnson, I think the portal has opened up for me. He'll step to approach it.
Oh, don't go through it, Kairos. If it's open, we can't see it. It could be dangerous. And it might make you fly away. We don't know. Be careful, oh boy. Portals are dangerous shit. We don't know what's on the other side of it. He's going to walk up and just look at the doorway and say, the answer is a river.
So just Blackbird?
So hang on, what did you say at the door then, Kairos? Didn't you say river?
Yes. Maybe if you point your weapon at it, it'll get scared.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Johnson's going to do the same thing Kairos did. And, like, point his weapon at it and just say, river. He's following magically. He's just following the instructions that his friends have done to make the thing work at this point. He's like, maybe this will happen.
Yeah. What if Standish tries it as well?
I got me. What am I doing? Sorry,
Point your weapon to the door.
Point
Point your weapon to the door and say river.
So Standish, I don't know why. It's because I've got chat. There we go. Is it that doorway?
Yeah, that doorway.
Okay, yeah. So points his scimitar at the door and says, "The answer is river."
No, just river.
River.
Oh my god!
Holy shit, we got one! Well done, boys!
Wait, so is the portal? Is it kind of just like a? Can we see through the portal, sort of see where it goes, or is it? Just
Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Well, guys, there is one option, that is we go through together.
Let's wait before we do. Let's see if we can get the other ones to activate too. Do me a favour, guys. This one that's here next to me, walk up to it and just, say fire. Point your weapon, do what you like. It reacted pretty positively to me when I said fire at it. So maybe we all need to do it?
Maybe. Let's try.
You're going to do that, Standish, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I do that. Point my weapon at that doorway and say fire.
Well, maybe we should all do it together?
Okay, sure.
Let's all line up and do it on a count, yeah? Yeah, Johnson's going to line up next to Standish and get ready to say fire when Kairos is there as well.
He'll do the same.
On 3 then, chaps?
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
Fire!
Oh! We're getting somewhere now, chaps. Now we are getting somewhere.
So the last one was water?
I believe the last one is air or wind.
Let's try wind.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, it means that. So we're going first, as in 1, 2, 3 from southwest. Yeah. Okay, well let's move to the last door and let's see if we can activate that one then.
Sure.
Go on, Standish. Get yourself over there. Ross, join us, lad. Let's try this one.
Yes, let's.
So what are we saying again? Wind?
I think it's wind. I think so. We've done some sort of elemental things so far. That's my best guess right now. So one you can fly away in, I think, is wind or air. So let's try wind, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try air.
Yeah.
On 3?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Wind.
Oh shit. Wind, yeah, said wind, yeah, true.
Well, good job, it didn't seem to make a difference, oh boy! Perfect.
We are so good at this. Let's just say we all said wind, hey?
Should we all have one portal at each, or?
I feel like splitting up could be quite dangerous for us. So, Here's my next theory. Maybe these portals have got elementals of the type they are on the other side, or something. You know, there could be, you know, wind elementals, this fire elementals, and then water elementals in the other. So we could end up having to fight something. Maybe we should stick together for that?
I think we should stick together, yes.
Cool. Let's, well, which door? Should we go through this one first?
We're standing here, so let's step through together.
Right, well, I guess let's. Yeah, I think all three of us are just going to go through.
Whoa!
Whee! Really good work, guys. That was epic.
Excellent work, DM, as well. That must have been quite frustrating to watch.
A phenomenal puzzle.
That was crazy.
That was really good.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick the next session up on the through the portal. That was a really, really good riddle puzzle bit. That was very enjoyable.
Lovely,
Yeah.
man.
Excellent. Great.
See you, bro. Take care.
Yeah, have a good one, bro. Yeah, take it easy.
Night.
See you guys.
Yeah, catch you all later.